20 years ago, Andy Sachs walked away from the most powerful woman in fashion. Now she's about to come crawling back, and her old boss won't even remember her name. Andy is a respected journalist now, sitting at an awards gala, about to win for her work. Then every phone in the room buzzes at once. She's just won the award. And in the very same breath, she learns that she and her entire newsroom have been laid off by text. Some corporate giant bought the company, and just like that, they're all out of a job. Meanwhile, across town, another disaster is unfolding. Miranda Priestley, the legendary editor-in-chief of Runway, has been caught promoting a fast fashion brand called Speed Fash that turned out to be running sweatshops. The internet is tearing her apart. Her boss, the company's aging chairman, Irv, calls her in a fury. He's getting death threats over it, and the magazine was already barely surviving. But Irv's son Jay shows him something, a clip of Andy's fiery awards speech defending journalism, and it's gone viral. Irv gets an idea. That night, Andy gets a call from Irv himself, offering her a job at Runway as a features editor, a credibility hire to clean up the scandal. Her friends tell her to take it. One even jokes she should write a scandalous tell-all about Miranda someday. Andy refuses that idea outright, but she takes the job. If you're enjoying this video, please subscribe before watching ahead. The catch? Miranda has no idea any of this is happening. When Andy walks into Runway, Nigel is thrilled to see her, but Miranda just stares at her blankly. Nigel reminds her this was one of her assistants 20 years ago, alongside Emily. Miranda still draws a complete blank. Furious that Irv hired someone behind her back, she makes it crystal clear that Andy was forced on her and is destined to fail. Then sends her to take the subway home while everyone else takes the car. Andy is handed a cramped, paper-stuffed closet for an office. Over lunch, Nigel quietly admits the truth. Runway is barely a magazine anymore. Print is dying, the budgets are gutted, and Miranda is swallowing every insult because Irv has dangled a promotion in front of her. Global head of content, and this scandal could cost her the entire thing. Andy's first move is an apology piece for Miranda, and it lands. It goes viral, and people respond warmly. But when Andy comes in glowing, expecting praise, Miranda doesn't so much as glance at her. She coldly points out that people skimmed one article and never read the issue. And until Andy can make readers actually pick up the magazine, she hasn't done her job at all. When Andy complains to Nigel, he stops her cold. She's not looking for feedback, she's looking for a compliment. And she was hired to deliver, not to get a pat on the back. So Andy goes hunting for the one story that could change everything. Her eyes land on Sasha Barnes, a reclusive billionaire who, after a brutal split from her husband, inherited a fortune and vanished from the public eye for years. Miranda has been desperate for that interview and never landed it. Andy boldly claims she can get it, then admits to her friends she has zero contact with Sasha at all. But she spots a clue, a rare painting in one of Sasha's photos. Through her friend Lily, she tracks down the art dealer, gets Sasha's contact, and lands the impossible interview. Sasha agrees because the new direction of Runway genuinely moved her, and off the record, she reveals she's just gotten engaged, and Runway can break the story first. For the very first time, Miranda is impressed. If you're enjoying this recap, leave a like. Around all of this, Andy's personal life reignites. While apartment hunting, she accidentally insults a beautiful old building, only to learn the man listening is Peter, the man who owns it. They hit it off, start dating, and for once, Andy meets someone who's actually read her writing and respects it. But there's a tension brewing. A publisher is offering her a fortune to write that tell-all about Miranda, and she keeps telling herself she wants to write something real instead. Then everything shifts. Irv invites Andy to his lavish 75th birthday party, where he plans to finally announce Miranda as global head of content and restore Runway's budget. But in the middle of the celebration, Irv collapses and dies of a heart attack before he can say a single word. Suddenly, his son Jay, a smug finance bro with zero love for fashion, takes over the entire company. He freezes Miranda's promotion and brings in consultants to slash costs. To everyone's shock, Miranda just takes it, flying economy, losing the company cars, quietly swallowing one humiliation after another. Andy can't stand watching the magazine die. She begs Miranda to fight Jay, but Miranda coldly tells her it's none of her business. Defeated, Andy nearly caves and decides to write the tell-all after all. But she also hatches a bigger plan: find a wealthy buyer to purchase Runway out from under Jay and protect it. The whole circus then moves to Milan for Fashion Week, where Nigel is throwing what might be Runway's last great gala, headlined by Lady Gaga. In Milan, Andy secretly teams up with Emily to broker a deal, getting Sasha's clueless billionaire ex-husband Benji to buy the magazine. Benji is now dating Emily, though it's obvious he's more of a trophy to her than a real love. But Miranda catches wind that something is happening behind her back. When Andy and Emily are finally cornered into coming clean, the real twist lands. Andy thought she was saving Runway, but Emily reveals Benji is buying the magazine for her. Emily wants to be the new editor-in-chief. Ugh, it's pure revenge. Years ago, Miranda was the one who quietly forced Emily out of Runway and pushed her toward Dior. Miranda doesn't even flinch. She says she did it to protect the magazine because Emily simply isn't a visionary and never was. Emily storms off, vowing her lawyers will be in touch. That night, Miranda speaks privately with Benji and realizes his plan is to gut Runway and turn it into a soulless, AI-driven content machine. Everything she spent her life building would vanish. Standing alone, she finally cracks, confessing to her husband Stuart that she's about to lose everything and has no idea who she even is without it. But the next morning, something reignites in her. She shows up at Andy's door ready to fight. What follows is a frantic scramble. Miranda works every contact and every event while Andy chases down one last secret play. At the gala, Andy tells Miranda they have to leave immediately to close the deal. But Miranda is supposed to give her trademark speech. Andy points to the one person who's never once betrayed her, Nigel, the man who actually wrote the speech and has stood loyally by Miranda's side for decades while she took him for granted. Miranda lets Nigel deliver it, his moment at last, and slips away. Meanwhile, Emily, Benji, and Jay are already celebrating their takeover. Then Jay gets a call, smiles, and casually announces that he just sold the entire magazine to someone who offered a better deal. Emily is stunned. The mystery buyer? Sasha Barnes, who hands Miranda full control to run Runway exactly as she sees fit. The empire is saved. On the drive home, Miranda thanks Andy for waking her up, and then, in the most Miranda way imaginable, tells her to go ahead and write that book about her. She knew about it all along. She says Andy should take the money, write about how awful she is, and let it sell like crazy. Andy refuses to stab her in the back, but the two women finally understand each other. Andy patches things up with Peter, admitting maybe they can be imperfect together. She reconciles with Emily, now humbled after Benji dumps her. And in a final reveal, Nigel admits he was the one who recommended Andy to Irv in the first place. He never forgot her and always knew she was meant to come back. Andy hands Miranda her latest work. Miranda barely looks up and tells her to get back to work. And just like that, the three of them are running Runway together. If this recap kept you watching, hit subscribe. There's a new one every week.